with Doris Burke on our sideline. We've got the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Washington Wizards. And Clark, bad news. We will not be seeing Paul Pierce, who is injured.
Kevin, he went down the last game, and he's not available in this one. But from the injury report, it appears as though he'll be back soon.
That's right. They're not sure exactly how much time he'll need, but they don't think it's too serious.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Hornets. At the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Walker runs the point with Stevenson flanking him. And it's Jefferson in at the center position.
You know, you look at the teams with the best three-point shooting last year, and some usual suspects emerged at the top. But surprisingly, the Wizards were right up there with some of the elite three-point shooting teams.
Now, here's Stevenson, averaging 10 points per contest. Can't get it to go. And the Wizards now going the other way. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, guys, it was just their night. It seemed like they hit every shot they looked at.
Absolutely. It was just one of those games where the hot shooting of a couple of players eventually just infected everybody.
As you guys are talking about, the Wizards were great from deep last season. Steve, in the top 5 in the league shooting percentage from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they were very balanced. I mean, they didn't rely on threes a lot, but they were able to space the floor and punish teams inside or out, and that's what led that team to that playoff run last year.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Chris Humphries, one of the lone veterans, Steve, last season on a rebuilding Celtics team.
Well, he was really a salary cap piece in that trade that brought Garnett and Pierce to Brooklyn. So, yeah, the minutes, limited by the needs of the Celtics to play younger players. But for the Celtics, I mean, they were actually better on both ends when he was on the court.
Porter kicks to Humphries. Beal from long range. Here's Gortat. Jefferson with the rebound.
And for Humphries last season, a return to form with his mid-range jump shot. Very much value added. He's dangerous from that high post area.
Now here's Beal. He had 10 points in the win against Minnesota. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. 6 points for Wall.
And a lot of times his first quarter seems to dictate how big of a role he plays later on, and he's off to the good start.
He trains the quick shot.
You talk about Humphries' shooting ability, a career year at the free throw line, shot it at over 81%.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Dishes it to Gortat. And Washington again with the bucket. Walker with it, averaging 16 points a game. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Stevenson outside. Here's Jefferson. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist.
You can't give him that shot. I mean, a few open looks are all it takes, and he can really get rolling.
Last game for the Charlotte Hornets. It was a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. Outside, Wall. Humphries with it. He's against Zeller. No good. Hornets trail by 5. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Walker. Poked loose. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. And the slam dunk by Wall.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. They've got to pad their lead any time an opportunity presents itself. And I'll tell you what, that was a golden one there.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. It's not very often you can say this about the future as looking pretty bright in Charlotte.
So often the season ends and you're thinking about the issues you've got to deal with, but right now the Hornets headed in a good direction.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. .112 left here in the first quarter. And Neal kicks to Roberts. Passes it to Neal. To the inside. A nice shot by Roberts. Roberts got his first bucket in this one.
And for Charlotte, as you said, part of it is feeling good with their direction, but also they should feel good that they actually have a direction after the way the last few years have been.
Now here is Miller. Kicks to Nene. 6 to shoot. Again, the Wizards score.
Very positive opening quarter for them. The shots have been falling.
You know, the shooting percentage would be nice if it stayed right there, but that's going to be tough to do.
You know, having a direction, as you mentioned, had been a problem with Charlotte because they seem to change their minds every year about who they were going to be, and they did it for the last decade or so. Now it seems as though the base is solid, and they've got an idea of how they want to build and who they want to build around, and they've got a group that can grow together.
Neal dishes to Roberts. Neal passes to Williams. Goes back up. And there's another one for the Hornets.
Such a difficult shot to defend, that turnaround.
Miller outside. The shot is off. There's the buzzer, and not much scoring at all through the first quarter of play. Wizards out front, up by 5. And we'll get the... Spend your... All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
Wizards leading by 5 on the court for the Hornets. We've got Bismack Biyombo. Brian Roberts out there with Gary Neal. Then it's Marvin Williams. And it's Henderson in at the 3 slot. From 10 feet out. And the shot's good from Nene. Nene's got the lead up to 7 now for Washington.
Well, Nene is a player who can help you score in a number of ways. Solid jump shooter from the high post. He's also a high efficiency finisher around the rim. He can throw down some ferocious dunks.
They set the pick on its way from Neal for 2. Washington with the rebound.
Easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
Guys, good job working it down low and getting the high percentage look there. That's good basketball.
And Nene, a capable scorer on the low block.
Yeah, and you can run your offense through him down there because he can get scores. He can force double teams. He's a pretty good passer from the post as well. Those are nice attributes when you're throwing it down inside.
Here's Roberts. That's good. Roberts got his second bucket.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Wizards leading by 3. Miller outside. Butler kicks to Nene. He trains the turnaround jump shot. Nene's got 4 this quarter.
Well, he had that height separation there on the mid-range jump shot. Really good job of taking advantage of that.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, what a busy summer the Washington Wizards had. They brought in a lot of veterans, DeJuan Blair, Chris Humphries, and Paul Pierce. They're hoping that influx of experience will enable them to take the next step in the wide-open Eastern Conference. They've added some real depth in their front court, Kevin.
DC fans have to be excited. Thank you, Doris.
Taking a look back over the last month, let's see how Washington stacked up in the NBA rankings. First in assists, first in three-point field goal percentage, and they are ranked 3rd in limiting opponent field goal shooting. That's always an impressive number. Anytime you're in the top 3 in that category, you're doing work.
Yeah, and the one thing that really jumps out at me when you talk about all these stats, Clark, is the assists. And this is a team that has been very unselfish. They're sharing the ball, they're moving, they're really getting a good flow to their offense. And as a result, they're finding pretty high percentage shots almost every possession.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Jefferson's checked in for Williams. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Gerald Henderson. And Stevenson's checked in for Gary Neal. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brian Roberts. And here's Porter. He's coming off a 10-point game against Minnesota. Here's Gortat, up and in with the jumper near the hoop. And the Wizards lead by 5. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
Wizards forced their way into the playoffs last year, but they could have been a lot better at home as they left a lot of wins on the table last season.
Jefferson setting the pick for Walker. Off the screen, just 5 to shoot.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
And Wall kicks to Beal. The feed to Porter. The Wizards working the ball around now. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here.
And as you said, the Wizards were fairly ho-hum at home last season, just 22-19 at home. And I think they certainly can improve upon that this year.
Charlotte making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. 5 to shoot. There's Beal with the 3. That is good. And it's an 8-point Wizards lead. Touching again, guys, and the Wizards at home. They actually had the worst home record of any team that made the playoffs last year.
Well, they were able to toughen up and play better at home during the playoffs, but still, it was a shock to see how middle of the road they were in this building last year.
Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. Second chance shot, and the layup is good.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
1:21 left in the first half. Here's Wall. He's got 8. Now Beal. Feeds it to Porter. 5 on the clock. Wall attacking. And he gets it to go. Wall's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Wizards.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Wizards have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Kid Gilchrist against Beal. Porter dishes to Wall. It's stolen by Jefferson. Walker in the post. He's covered by Beal. Wall with the steal. The finish. And he goes in for the dunk. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
Walker with it. He's picked up by Wall. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Shot clock at 6. And that one's good. It's Beal on the wing. Shoots the 3. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball. Really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
And so that's the end of the first half. Wizards out front, ending the second quarter on a 14-6 run. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with John Wall. And, John, you're really lighting it up out there with your jump shot. What is the reason behind shooting it more as opposed to driving it more?
I'm just trying to do what the defense give me. They're giving me my jump shot right now, and I'm in a good rhythm. You see if they help me, I'm looking to pass my teammates. I'm not going to try to force the issue. If I got the shot, I got to take, I'm going to do it. I know my team needs me to do more tonight, and that's what I want to do. If I want to be a match player and franchise player, I got to take my team along with me. That's what I'm trying to do.
John, thank you. Kevin, he can hurt you either way.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
Yeah, what a remarkable half, the way he attacked the rim and scored in the paint. Defenders, they were trying to slow him down any way possible, but he still got through.
Easier said than done when he's the penetrator. His speed and agility make him extremely hard to defend.
Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. Chris Humphries is out there with Gortat, and it's Porter in at the small forward. That's Randy Whitman's 5 as we get into the second half.
Gortat never really felt at home in Phoenix, it seemed, but he got a lot of his bounce back to his step when he was traded to the Wizards, where he was really a great fit alongside that young backcourt.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. As you know, Cody Zeller was the 4th overall pick in 2013. And Coach Clifford has said he has a lot of physical ability. His basketball IQ is through the roof. He has great intangibles, and he's young. I don't want to limit him in any way, but I want him to progress at his own rate. For us to be good, he's got to be a really big part of it. Kevin, back to you.
An intriguing young talent. Thanks. And the Wizards trading Emeka Okafor and a draft pick for Gortat. Clark seemed like a pretty good move at the time.
Yeah, you know, Okafor had that season-ending injury. The Wizards making a push for the playoffs, and they were able to re-sign Gortat this offseason.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Stevenson against Beal. And Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Wizards leading by 11. And Wall kicks to Beal. The dish to Porter. Fires for 3. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Outside, Walker. He dishes it to Stevenson. Clock at 6. Here's Jefferson. Can't get it to go. And Washington the other way now, getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team.
And over the course of last season, they dropped the majority of their games when facing this team.
Here's Gortat. Another one falls for Washington. Hornets trail by 13. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. 16 feet away. That drops. Jefferson's got 4 this quarter. You know, going back to Steve's point, this series was not one of the highlights of the season last year.
Yeah, Kev, you wouldn't expect them to come out on the wrong end of that series, but it happened that way, and we'll see what happens going forward.
Here's Humphries. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating 11 feet away. And it's off the back rim. No good. Wizards leading by 11. All with it. Jefferson picks him up. Walker against Gortat. And he gets it to go. Gortat's got 10 points in the game.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Stevenson left side. Kept alive.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
Washington's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Outside, Wall. Beal the pass to Humphries. Shot clock at 5. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Cody Zeller, a first-round pick back in 2013, 1 year after his brother Tyler Clark was taken in the first round.
You know, that's happened only 2 other times in NBA history, Kevin. The Plumlee brothers, Miles and Mason, also taken in 2012 and 13. Miles drafted by the Pacers back in 2012. And then back in 87 and 88, the Grant twins, Horace and Harvey.
So both teams making some changes here. Both free throws good from Al Jefferson.
And you go back to draft night in Charlotte, a borderline fan revolt at the draft party after they selected Zeller. He hasn't quite hushed his doubters yet, but some of the bigger names yet to make an impact either. So we'll see how he develops.
And Temple kicks to Miller. Pass to Nene. The 11-footer. Rebound by Williams.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that.
Stolen by Serafin. And the pass to Temple. 11 feet away. The Hornets pull it in. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Biyombo is checked in for Al Jefferson. Williams against Nene. From 8. And once again off the mark by Charlotte.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
And Temple kicks to Miller. That will count. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
Hornets trail by 11. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Gary Neal is out there with Kemba Walker. Then it's Henderson, and there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Williams at power forward. Neal dishes to Walker. Takes the 13-footer, blocked. And here we go. Washington fast break. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Beal the pass to Nene. The kick outside to Butler. Beal, that's for 2. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Beal's got the lead up to 13 now for Washington. And here comes Kemba Walker. He kicks to Neal. Beal with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break chance. The alley-oop layup, very well done. And the Wizards lead by 15.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think Clark could have been executed any better.
Stupendous feed.
Boy, I hope we see a few more of those.
The Hornets shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Pass to Neal. A good-looking shot from the wing.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
Washington leading now by 13. Now here's Wall. Butler in the corner. And Wall kicks to Beal. 6 on the shot clock. Nene down low. He's against Williams. The shot by Nene. No good. Hornets trail by 13. Neal dishes to Williams. Right wing. Walker the pass to Neal. Williams a screen on Beal. And Neal kicks to Williams. Outside, Walker. Shoots from the line. Here's Biyombo. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
It's a great play under the boards for him. And, you know, that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Gortat's checked in for Kevin Serafin. Humphries comes in for Nene. And Porter subbed in for Butler.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Well, the Wizards signed John Wall to that max contract extension last season, and he rewarded them. Made his first All-Star game appearance and led the team back to the playoffs for the first time in 6 seasons.
And the Hornets making a change here. Jefferson's checked in. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. And 12 points for Al Jefferson.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Here's Gortat. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Marcin Gortat, the Polish hammer. Steve, we like him. I know, the 57th pick back in 2005.
He's just a quality starting center in the NBA. 6'11", center, can score and defend. Really a good pickup for Washington.
And he makes both free throws.
And Gortat got his rebounding back up last season. A consistent double-double guy in the middle. And he turned 30 last season. Still very much in the prime of his career.
Up top, Kid Gilchrist, guarded by Porter. Here's Jefferson. Washington with the rebound. Gortat's got 8 rebounds in this game. Porter against Walker. Wall dishes to Gortat. Humphries inside. He's against Zeller and stolen by Zeller. Now here's Walker, guarded by Porter. Nobody near Stevenson. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
And Gortat, a strong finisher inside, can shoot out to about 15 feet. He can do a lot worse at the center position. Key for him is just staying healthy.
Dishes it to Humphries. Beal the pass to Porter. And it's Beal in the corner. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Beal's got 6 in the quarter.
And clearly no question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Wizards.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for John Wall. He was extremely efficient offensively, getting looks, knocking down big shots all game long.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Gortat. Nene comes in for Chris Humphries. Garrett Temple has checked in for Bradley Beal. And Miller's subbed in for John Wall. 30 seconds left in the fourth. Henderson against Porter. Shot from free throw range. Shot's good. And the Wizards lead by 16.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
Passes it to Neal. Launches a 3. Rebound, Washington. Porter with it. And here's Miller. And so it's Washington easily grabbing